In Bahrain, that part I will tell you later on, that why. So in Bahrain, I was interviewed by Bahrain National Gas Company. It was a government-owned company, Bahrain government, but it was maintained by Britishers.
And it was something around 72, 73?
No, it was in 81 only.
81.
81. Because 65 to 81 I was
right,
there.
81.
And because of this, my chemical plant experience, I was taken there in the petrochemical petrol. They were deriving ethane, methane gases. So I was recruited by Britishers here in Bombay. And the position which I was offered, it usually used to be given to some British fellow. It was 10th grade. But then I was very lucky, so I got the job. And I was there for 2 years. And it was family status. I lived there for with family and all that. But for my children's education purpose, so I decided to
come back to India. But those were actually early days in Gulf countries for Indians.
Yes, early days. But then only in the 83 onwards, that talk was going on that localization should be there and like that. But it was not so intensive as it is now.
No,
like that.
Okay.
So then I came back to India, and at that time again this Bajaj Tempo. So
you joined
I Bajaj Tempo. So in 83 September, I joined Bajaj Tempo at Pune. So I was with them right from 83, and they recruited me with the understanding that I should be shifted to Indore.
The new plant.
Okay, so but then 83 it was going on. Then in only 86 we shifted. So that is on 14th June 86 we came here, and that too when we were to come by flight with family, but unfortunately that day the flight was not there. Some problem was there. But then that Talitaya from Kinetic, Talitaya was there. He was looking after the kinetic engine. You know him. No, he was the whole and soul for kinetic engine. But then he wanted to come very early to Indore. Then he managed to come via Bombay, and we had to come by road only, by bus.
By those so-called video buses.
Yeah. And then
never that Vayadut flight. I think it was Vayadut. I also traveled in Vayadut flight, but it was horrible actually. It was worse than traveling in the bus.
Anyway, fortunately we were not put to that test.
You are not traveled by that Vayadut flight.
No, I have traveled.
You have traveled, but that was
very risky.
Very risky, and there was a lot of heat and all that.
So many times.
Suffocating.
So we came that day and we came a bus, but then before that our luggage had already arrived here.
Okay.
And then Mr. Talitaya saw to that it was put properly in our flat. You know, in the corner, Alok apartment. In Alok apartment, company had taken on lease, and myself, Mr. Pagalkar, Ram Subramaniam, and BGM Rao. So we were located in that building. So, and unfortunately, there was no water there.
When you came here?
When I came, there was no water absolutely. It was very difficult. So we stayed in Samrat Hotel.
Okay.
Samrat Hotel. But then, fortunately, one Mr. Krishna was there just above in that building.
In that building.
Krishna Electronics. So we came in contact with him. He said, "Why you are staying in a Samrat Hotel? Come down, we will manage." And they had that facility. Down below there was a tank for storing the water and lifting the thing. We will give you come. So we went there, and they are very good people. They provided all.
So that is your first experience in Indore.
Your first experience.
Helpful people.
Very helpful. And then, but then we had to go to Pitampur every day. So right in the morning we used to go.
Yeah.
And these ladies, that is Mrs. Ram Subramaniam, Pagalkar, and myself, my Mrs. So they had to manage on their own with the kids and all. So some they were going around Indore, exploring Indore, and finding out what is available, what is not available, and all that. And that water facility, we also took a tank there and stored the water and all those things have managed. And then for the children education, so that was again a problem, how to get the admission. Then fortunately, Mr. Ramsamuni had connection with the Sika
school.
So he managed to get admission to our children there.
So most of the children were studying in Sika.
Yeah, in Sika only those times. So that's how our life in Indore started.
But in early days in Bajaj Tempo, I think you had a lot of labor trouble, no?
Yes. Again, Bajaj Tempo, I was assigned the job of recruiting the trainees from various ITIs, polytechnics and engineering colleges. So for engineering colleges, Mr. A.K. Mitra also used to accompany and Mr. Gole also used to accompany me. But ITS, most of the ITS, I used to go around. And we used to recruit these trainees from MP, Maharashtra, Gujarat and Rajasthan. All these places we used to go. That was my main job, to bring those fellows and all here. And it was really tough time for those fellows and the tribal boys also we used to do from Damod and all that.
And that time I think there was no facilities of transport. Even
no transport.
Housing was not there.
Nothing was there. And say even for us is toilets also. One Mr. Beta was there in the civil department. I said, toilet kahan hai? It was open pada hai.
That time the project was under construction.
It was under construction. He was looking after the civil this thing.
Yeah.
And one Mr. Bhandari was also there. You know Mr. Bhandari?
Yeah, I know Mr. Mehta also.
Yeah. So we used to go right in the morning and those trainees, at the time sometimes we used to have 200 trainees. And as I told you, that NDA discipline was there, and I used to make them stand in that some makeshift canteen was there. In front of that, the road was there. Some 200 boys used to stand there.
So you used to have some pratna prayer, something like
that?
No, PT. Physical training.
And some boys who have done some NCC or something like that, I used to put them to lead them.
And they used to command.
They used to command and all that. So for about half an hour we used to do that. And if anybody is late, I used to make them to go run around the plant completely.
Like military.
So it was good. And the boys were also tribal boys, And the discipline means they were very faithful fellows. And at that time, from Daimler-Benz, all these parts used to come by shiploads. And particularly those links of the conveyor. Overhead conveyor. That used to be so, muddy and
rusty,
grease and all that. And I used to make them come on clean. And then here also in Tempo, I was given a area that was supposed to be laundry, just down below.
Okay. Laundry for
laundry for the canteen or something like that.
Okay.
So that area was given to me. Then I had to convert that into a training center. So with some modifications and all that we did. And these boys, I used to put them for cleaning work and all that. And then German engineers came. So with those fellows also, these trainees, they were working. Means ITA fellows, diploma fellows, degree fellows and all that.
Who are in the plant in charge that time?
Mr. Ramakrishnan was there.
Mr. Ramakrishnan was
there.
And I think one army man was also there. Brigadier Sable was...
Brigadier Sable came later on.
He came. Mr. Ramakrishnan was the first. And you had, I think, project manager Mr. Shah. No.
No.
A.B. Shah.
A.B. Shah was also there. Yeah, A.B. Shah was also there. Then this Baby Jain and all, they came later on. Jain Saab, they came later on.
Okay.
So Ramakrishnan was the beginning.
Have you visited Force Motors recently? With now it's renamed as Force Motors. When did you go there last?
Maybe in 2000. No, it was when One Force was started.
That
when Mr. N.C. Mehta came back again. At that time he has invited her. So at that time I had been there.
I remember in one of the meetings you asked Mr. N.C. Mehta that how serious are you when you are serious?
No. I don't remember, but I think I
You
said
asked that question.
no. I just asked, sir, how angry you are when you are hungry.
Acha.
Not how hungry, how much angry you are when you are hungry. He just laughed off. He was very good, but he was very caring also. He used to take care of everybody, right from shop floor to the top level. But he was also very strict also. In some occasions, he used to have very tough time. But another specialty was there. If he used to, that 3 mm, some pads used to be there. 3 mm pads. 3 mm pads was there, yellow pads. So with that he used to write, Mr. Rao, please come and discuss.
Okay.
So then I was not very attentively looking to that. But then after 2-3 days, he would just remind me. I had called you to come and see me and you are not here. Then I just shocked me, this person is quick. Then when I went there, then sometime I asked him, sir, how do you remember? Then he just took out one diary and he just see that I have maintained like this. On this date, I have called you and for this connection and all that. That was the one. This thing.
But once Mr. Mehta described you as a Mr. Perfectionist.
It is very kind of him. But one thing was there. He had a lot of belief on me. Means wherever, even engineering college, regional engineering college, Jodhpur, Jaipur and all that we had gone. And whoever I used to select, means not only myself, Mitra also used to be there. And whoever, and later on I used to go alone also. Whoever I used to select, means he used to have complete belief on me. And they were just interviewed and taken. And later on also when they were put for implant training in various sections, and I used to identify which fellow is suitable for which this thing. Means
which job,
shop or purchase or sales and all these things. And he used to completely believe, yes, you have studied, it's okay. And he used to find out, when he tried later on, then he said, whatever you are identifying, it's okay.
Any other person you remember, your colleagues in Force Motors or Bajaj Tempo? Particularly you wanted to mention some people?
No, all these people, GMP Rao, Mr. Gole, Kole was director.
I think he is no more, I think he expired.
And another...
Mr. P.B. Jain was there.
P.B. Jain, P.B. Jain sahab to, he was the very controlling authority, complete on the shop floor. Oh, he